very rainy day here, and I am about to head back to Paris this evening. But before I go back to Paris, while I'm still here at Everdeen, I wanted to knock out a small-ish project here in the newly completed dining room, which I'm obsessed, you guys. I'm obsessed. It came out so good. I'll show you the whole wider view of the dining room if you missed the last couple of videos where we were renovating the dining room. You also might want to go back and watch those because there's been a big change in here and it's worth watching. But today's project in the dining room, in as little time as possible, is going to be adding some furniture, because right now everything is completely empty. It's you can hear by the echo, there's nothing in here, and I really just want to see how the completed renovation looks with a little bit of furniture. We're not going to be able to do everything, but we're going to do a little bit, and I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Let's get to it. So this is the dining room as is. It's pretty empty, you could say. We've got one piece of furniture over there. It's just got the wood stove in it, which is going to stay for the moment. Eventually we are going to replace that with a model that goes farther back, closer to the wall. But here is the furniture. The good news is it's quite close by. The bad news is I'm going to have to dig it out of here. This is basically our storage room at the minute. This is the sitting room, and it's one of the rooms that needs the least work. Basically, all we're going to do in here is repaint the trim and then repaint this fireplace here. So it became the storage room, since it'll probably be the last room to get worked on. But here's the things that are going in the dining room. This table, complicated. And this sideboard, also complicated. There's also a few big pieces of art. I don't know if I want to put those on the wall today. In fact, I'm going to say probably I won't put them on the wall today because there's several places in the house that we need big pieces of art like these, and I'm not sure which one's going to go where. So I don't want to hang something and then have to change it all around later. So maybe the art will wait. But we know that the sideboard's going in. We know that the table and the matching medieval style chairs, which I just love, I love them, are going to go in. So yeah, let's get to it. Also, if you're interested in all the stuff that's in this room, which is a lot of stuff, and I haven't shown all of it on the channel, it's all the stuff that we've bought to go into Everdeen that has not found its home or it's not ready to be put in place yet, is in here. I will be doing a tour of this room as a video. I think though that that's going to be a patron video. We are joining Patreon. I don't know if that will have happened yet by the time this video comes out, but there's going to be an Everdeen Patreon. If you want to become a patron, then the tour of this room will be a patron video. There's a couple of other things that I've already filmed that are going to be patron videos that are going to be very, very exciting little projects, little things that you don't see on the normal channel. So there's a lot of great benefits to being a patron, and it is extremely helpful. So if you're interested in becoming a patron, go over to Patreon and check it out. There's really a lot of stuff that we're including as the little gifts to our patrons. That's pretty cool. The link is in the description down below. Before we move any furniture, I just want to see if this rug looks good in the dining room. Maybe it's going to be too much color and too many warm colors, but I don't know. I'm intrigued. I just want to test it out. I think I quite like it. I'm not 1000% sure, but I think I quite like it. I think it looks pretty good with the orange. There's a thunderstorm outside, which you can probably hear right now. So I think I'm gonna leave it for, oh my goodness. Can you guys hear the thunder? It's crazy. This is an American style thunderstorm. We don't often have a thunderstorm like this in France, and it is full on. Anyway, what I was saying is that I am going to leave it for now and consider it kind of a trial period. But I think I quite like it. Addition number 1. rug completed. Okay, so here's the plan. My instinct is to move the sideboard first because it's closer to the door and theoretically that will give me more space to bring the table through after. And I've got 2 of these little wheelie platforms. If I can get the sideboard onto the wheelie platforms, everything should be fine. It's a bit heavy, it's got a marble top, but I have faith. I believe that this can happen. Famous last words. Let's try it. If only everything was easy as just moving a rug. Okay, the good news is that I forgot that this thing has felt on the bottom of the feet. So, although it is super heavy, I can scoot it. And I feel better about scooting it for purposes of marble top safety than trying to get it onto the rolly things. I think. I take it all back. It's gonna have to roll. All of my fingers. I think my fingers' sacrifice was worth it though, because that looks really good. Obviously the top needs a wipe down, but apart from that, it's looking great. Oh, there's also so much more room in here. I can walk into this room, which is the first time I've been able to do that in about a year. All right, the last big thing for today. It's table time. We've hit a snag in my otherwise watertight plan, which is that the table is this wide. Doorway number 1, no problem. Doorway number 2, problems. I think what I'm going to have to do is turn it on its side, put the side on the rollers, and then try to keep it balanced with my arm strength as I roll it into place. Yep, that's going to go well. happy with it. The bad news is that it's a little too small. The height is kind of low, but I'm happy with that. I don't mind that. The problem is that we need a dining table that could sit, I'm going to say 10 people. And this is not going to cut it. Now, this is the type of dining table that opens up. You can see the seam right there. And then if I look underneath, you see the little wood pegs that you can open up the table and add in an extra leaf in the middle. The problem is that this is a table I did not buy. This was in the house when I bought it. And I don't know where that leaf is. So I think what I'll do is leave the table here for the time being. And then if I can find the center leaf to elongate this table, we will put that in and this will be the dining room table. If not, then this table's going to have to find a different home and we're going to have to find another bigger table somewhere for the dining room table. The reason it needs to be so big is that if you have been following this channel, you already know I'm planning to teach aerial retreats here. I'm a circus artist and I want to teach aerial arts and have people come to stay here to learn and work with me. So we need a place to feed them and it's going to need to be a bigger table than this. But in the meantime, I think I need to do some dusting. Because this is all pretty fun, but the easy and fun part, because the first part was not easy, but this part will be because I'm going to add in a few little bits and bobs that I bought to go in that room. Let's set some things in there and see what looks good. So I bought this chair in Vichy, which is a city that's about an hour and a half north of here, and I carried it here with me on the train. So it's been through a lot to get this chair here. I don't know if it's going to work in this room. I don't know if this orange is too different from the orange on the walls. Let's put it over with some furniture and see how it looks. I think I like that. I think so. I don't know if that's the right placement for it, but I do really want to have some more comfortable seating in this room. So this chair, I think, provides that. I don't want this to be only a room for eating. I want it to also be kind of a semi-living room because I'll share with you my master plan. This room is obviously going to be a sitting room, a socializing room someday when it's not filled with stuff. It's going to have some sofas and stuff in it. But if we're really at capacity, then this room is going to become a bedroom with a pull-out sofa bed, which means that we need another room to be sort of the socializing room, which this room can become. So I'm thinking that in addition to this table and the chairs that I'm going to put around it eventually, it just needs some comfortable seating like this. And maybe some kind of like a chaise longue or a day bed or something cozy to sit on kind of over against this wall too. This lamp may look familiar. I got it a few weeks ago when I did the Brocantine road trip video. You guys might remember if you watched that one. If not, I did a big road trip and went to a bunch of brocants. Check it out, I guess. But I had no plan about where to put this lamp. I think though, it looks quite good in here and we need something on the sideboard. Maybe eventually that's just going to be bottles of alcohol and glasses and drinks, and it's going to be kind of a drinks sideboard. Let's be honest, that's probably what's going to happen. But for now, I think the lamp looks good. Maybe I could fill it with alcohol. I will just point out that eventually it's going to have a shade. It just didn't come with a shade, and I haven't had a chance to order one yet. These are the chairs that came with this table. Well, by came with, I mean they were sitting in the other room together, so I assume they're meant to be together. They're really beautiful. They're wood, they're obviously quite antique, and they have this beautiful stamped leather, which is just gorgeous and intricate. The only thing is, I don't know if they can be full-time dinner table chairs. First off, there's 6 of them, which is a few less than we need, but you know, I'll take what I can get. But also because you can see on this one that the leather can be pretty easily damaged. It's very old. So I don't know if the best thing to do is have them more as decoration in another area of the house, or if it's to leave these slip covers on the bottom part of the seats and see how they fare for a little while. I don't know if the slip covers are enough protection, and basically when it's something that's obviously as old as these are and as well made, I don't want to mess them up. I don't want to damage them in any way. So we'll have to see, but for now, I think at least until we start having quite a lot of people coming through the house, they're really nice. They look really good. So they're going to be here for now. Now, it's a little bit of a shame that A, I don't have time, and B, I don't have organization to start putting art on the walls. I'll tell you why, because the reason I chose this color orange, I've talked about this in a couple of videos, so this might be a repeat if you've followed the channel for a long time. But the reason I chose this color orange is because I saw it in a castle in Ireland called Malahide Castle. And I did this lovely tour with the helpers, my parents who often come and help here. And the tour guide explained to us how the orange works and why Malahide is so famous for having an orange living room and dining room. The orange is very specifically planned so that when you put things in gold frames, this one's maybe not the brightest, but especially bright gold, next to the orange, they really pop out beautifully. And that is going to be absolutely spectacular in here. That's been my idea from the beginning with this design. And especially doing these big boxes of wood trim, we're gonna have art in the middle of the boxes, and it's going to really just jump out at you. Unfortunately, we're not going to see that today, but the next project in this room will be putting the art on the walls, and then things are going to get really, really fancy really quick. I'm very excited for that, but that's for next time. That's definitely a next time project. In the meantime, I'll leave this one here just so we have a tiny taste of what's going to be happening soon. Well, the time has come, my friends. There's furniture in the dining room. I did not think we were going to be getting to this stage already, but I won't say it's fully furnished because it's definitely not, but you can get a feel of what this room is going to be like, and it is so exciting. So I'm going to do a grand reveal, but of course, first I'm just going to remind you guys to please take a second, hit the subscribe button. Every time you guys subscribe, it helps you out because it helps you stay current with all the stuff that's happening here, which is very, very quick progress, much quicker than I anticipated. And it also helps me out quite a lot with other people finding the channel and YouTube promoting it and all that kind of good stuff. So please do subscribe. Please do like this video. And now let's have the full effect for today. The full-on furnished dining room. friends, that's it for today. I'm so happy with this. It feels amazing. It feels amazing that this feels like a finished room. There's still stuff to be done, but it feels finished and it's so exciting. I love it. We're making so much progress on the first floor too, because this room is mostly done. One of the bedrooms is done. The hallway is, I'm gonna say 50% done. So that's at least 1/3 of the first floor that is done. It's incredible. I might have talked about this before, but my goal, my pipe dream goal, I don't know if it's gonna happen, but my dream is to finish the interior of the main part of the house, not counting outbuildings, not counting the separate apartment that's on the ground floor, by the winter. Like finished by the winter. I would like, I don't know if this is going to happen because this is really dreaming big. I would like to start having some aerial retreats next summer. That remains to be seen. In the meantime, this feels like a massive step forward and I am so happy, but unfortunately I cannot stay to enjoy it because I must go back to Paris. I have work, I have boyfriend, I have other stuff I gotta do. So I'm so glad I got this done before I had to leave. But in several weeks when I can come back, I cannot wait to tackle the next room. To get it done like this, it's gonna be so good. And we'll be back soon. I will see you guys next time.